If the theme for 2025 is chaos and confusion, the federal government under the current Trump 2.0 administration definitely understands the assignment. On Tuesday, January 28th, over 2 million federal workers received an unexpected email offering them a choice. Either resign immediately by simply replying with the word resign, or roll the dice and hope that they don't get a follow-up email telling them that they're fired as federal departments face potential budget cuts. I'm Legally Hype, and this is TSR News. On Tuesday night, 2 million federal employees received an email from the Office of Personnel Management with an ultimatum. Either return to office full-time or resign with a generous severance package. The package includes full pay and benefits for 8 months, plus exemption from in-person work until September 30th. The White House is calling this the Deferred Resignation program, available to all full-time federal employees except for military personnel, U.S. Postal Service workers, and those in immigration enforcement and national security roles. Since employees who opt in will be bought out or placed on administrative leave and get paid through September 30th without working, it's considered a deferred resignation. The catch? They have until February 6th to decide, and Congress needs to approve funding. Now, this isn't the first time the federal government has turned to buyouts as a workforce reduction tool. In 1994, Congress passed, and then President Clinton signed, a bill permitting buyouts of up to $25,000 to reduce the number of government employees. Clinton said that the legislation would give the government the incentives it needs to eliminate unnecessary high-level jobs while avoiding layoffs that would disproportionately hit younger workers, many of whom at that time were recently hired women and minorities. The then VP at the time, Al Gore, who played a role in implementing the plan, said that the bill was a humane and cost-effective way of reducing the federal workforce and streamlining the government. The law is still in effect and poses some interesting challenges. Given the terms of the Trump administration's Deferred Resignation program, the government would exceed the $25,000 if it is not addressed by Congress in their budget bill, which needs to be negotiated by March 14th. The email subject line, "Fork in the Road," immediately caught attention. Former Twitter employees quickly pointed out that this was the exact same subject line Elon Musk used when purchasing Twitter in November 2022. That's not a coincidence. Musk is now working under the Trump administration in the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Back in 2022, Musk gave Twitter employees a similar choice: commit to long hours and intense workloads, or take a severance package. However, some employees never actually received their severance and ended up suing Musk. So now my sources say that rather than waiting for lawsuits to play out, Musk later offered a fraction of the original severance in exchange for dropping legal claims. While that strategy might fly in the private sector, trying to pull something similar on federal workers, that's a different beast entirely, okay? Government employees have far more legal protections, and many agencies are backed by powerful unions. Take Senator Tim Kaine, a Democrat from Virginia who represents thousands of federal workers. He's already sounding the alarm. Kaine warned on the Senate floor that if workers accept the offer and resign, Trump could turn around and refuse to pay them, just like he allegedly stiffed contractors in the past. He also questioned whether Trump even has the authority to make this move in the first place. Although, in a recent FAQ sent to employees, the correspondents assured employees that if they did choose to resign, they would receive their full pay and benefits during the entire period through September 30th, even if they got a second job. Employees were also promised that they would accrue further personal leave days, vacations, etc., and would be paid out for unused leave at their final resignation date. But according to a Reddit thread on the situation, most federal workers are not taking the bait. Some see this as more than just a budget cut measure. It's a strategy straight out of Project 2025 designed to replace career government employees with Trump loyalists. And others are saying, bump this administration. If they want us gone, they don't have to do it the hard way. And it looks like the administration is ready for that fight. The OPM email itself hinted that even employees who do choose to stay might not have jobs for long, stating that they couldn't guarantee that departments or positions would exist in the near future. So here we are, chaos and confusion in full effect. Many federal employees are still unsure whether accepting the offer means they're excused from in-person work or if they're expected to perform any duties at all over the next 8 months. While the administration has attempted to clarify key aspects of the plan, including the conditions of the administrative leave, employees' ability to withdraw their acceptance of deferred resignation, and the process for opting into the program, it has still drawn sharp criticism. High-level former officials and union representatives have condemned it as chaotic, costly, vindictive, and a blatant scare tactic to push employees out. Adding fuel to the fire, the DOGE department tweeted, "Take the vacation you always wanted, or just watch movies and chill while receiving full government pay and benefits." The White House claims the in-office requirement will lead to 5 to 10% of federal employees quitting and should save about $100 billion. But they've provided zero evidence to back that up. So now, members of Congress are scrambling to figure out what all this even means, and more importantly, whether it's even legal.